biggest letdown of 1996. Now, this is what sheep with the untrained ear would have led you to believe about Weezer's sophomore album, Pinkerton, released in 1996. Now, as college students, we're all easily vulnerable to social media echo chambers and outward criticism online. And I'm here to talk about Andrew Stumpf, how society's mob mentality almost disbanded one of the greatest bands of all time, Weezer. So it all started in 1994. Their debut album, Blue, became a huge success. They went, all the songs topped the charts. They went on a worldwide tour. Everyone knew the song Buddy Holly. They were huge. A fan asked, how is life of a rock star? He said, for the front man, Rivers Cuomo, he said, it's miserable, stressful. He hated it. He wanted to get away from it. So he went to college for 2 years, and he just wanted to get away from everything. And this was actually one of the worst times of his life. He was going through a painful leg recovery at the time, and this led to him writing really raw, emotional stuff of what he was going through for their second album, Pinkerton, releasing 2 years later. He wanted to write some more personal, and that's what he did. But the first album was very upbeat, easily accessible, very fun album, and the second one, completely different tone shift that fans and critics were not ready for. Now, Rolling Stones, when this came out, Rolling Stones gave it one of the worst albums of the year. Critics called it that it was emo, whining, embarrassing. No one liked it. They weren't ready for it. They weren't ready for what it was at the time. In an Apple Music interview, River Cuomo, he said, it was supposed to be our magnum opus, and it just got destroyed. And it's almost like game over for our band. Now, they tried to go on tours to revive it. All 3 singles flopped. They barely touched the charts, unlike the first album, the Blue album. Now, another interview from Far Out magazine, he talked about how it led to the band's hiatus and almost the band's disbandment. It was very tough on them at the time, but years later, as new fans, the emo wave came, Blink-182 was popular, people were used to that style of music, and they came to appreciate the raw vulnerability and kind of the cringiness, and they kind of liked it because it was raw and it was actually them, especially with the early 2000s online forums. People really got together on it, and it kind of became the cornerstone of early 2000s. Inspired bands like Jimmy Eats World, the Phineas and Ferb intro people, Joyce Manor, very popular, a lot of inspiration. People just like Pitchfork revised their review, gave it 10 out of 10. Rolling Stones gave it a 5 out of 5. So everyone switched up at the time. And Rivers Cuomo said years later, fantastic and powerful album. It was just tough from the initial negative reaction at the time. I took it very personally, and that was on NME. Now, this is kind of just let you leave you with this, that outward criticism, sometimes you have to kind of block it out and kind of just not let it affect the works that you're proud of and who you are.